Okay. All right, so we're going to be doing class standing today, mostly because we've been on the ground most of the time. Things that you may need, okay? For those of you who don't have too much balance and need something to support you, you may need a chair, a box, the wall, or a roller. The roller can help you, give you a little bit of support once we start doing things that are a little bit more challenging on balance. I'm on a soft mat, so this is going to be more challenging for you guys at home. If you're on a hard surface, it's going to be a little bit easier, okay? So if you're standing on top of a very cushiony mat, it's going to challenge your stability a lot. If that's too much and you have any issues on ankles, knees, or hips, then step off and do it on a hard surface. I also told you to bring with you today the gifts, and I'm going to be doing some abduction work, So we're going to be working our outer hips with these as well, some extension and some flexion. So make sure you have these, or loops, or regular bands, okay? So just to warm up, find your standing alignment. We're gonna have the heels right under your sit bones. Your knees can be soft, doesn't have to be straight. Relax the shoulders, relax the head, and tuck your pelvis slightly forward and back. Okay, so don't let your pelvis and tailbone reach forward, don't let it reach back. Bring it right in the center somewhere between your heels, and then lift your abdominals gently. And we're gonna start breathing. So breathing to belly and ribs, expanding the rib cage out, breathe out. Pull and lift the pelvic floor, so pubic bone to tailbone, sit bones come together and lift. Hug your hip bones, hug the waist, hug the ribs. Keep breathing in, expanding the torso, back, sides, and forward. Breathe out, bring your bones together of the pelvis, lift and scoop. Breathing in and out, nice and gentle. Keep lifting the spine, growing taller on your breaths in. Breathe out, sit bone to tailbone, hip bones together, sit bones, all the bones bringing to the middle. Good. Good. Start blowing that candle a little bit harder. So if you want to bring your fingers inside your hip bones, let's start scooping the abdominals deeper and away from your fingers. So breathe out. Breathe in, expand. Out. If you want to breathe in and out from your nose, that's totally fine. Keep breathing. I forgot my heater on, so I'm going to turn it off. Keep breathing. If you're wondering what that sound was, it's breathing with us. All right, last one. Good, and release your hands. Let's roll the shoulders a little bit. Breathe in, up and back. Breathe out, down and forward. So try to keep the movements only to the shoulders and the ribs and the torso not moving with it. And gentle, okay? We're just warming up. So breathing in and out. One more. And we're going to reverse it, and we're going to breathe in, down and back, breathe out, up and forward, just to change the breath and the arms. Okay, my arms are nice and relaxed. Try not to change position of torso. 2 more. This is 5. And then 6. Good. Shake it up. And then we're going to reach the arms up to the ceiling on our breath in. And breathe out, bring it down. So the things to remember on our breath in here, we're not lifting the chest forward and up to bring the arms up, it's staying stacked. We're keeping the hips and the ribs coming towards each other as you go, up and down. So there is a little bit of work here, but the scapulars are moving freely and your shoulders are super relaxed. One more. Good. We're going to bring it up and add rotations. I still have my knees really nice and soft. Breathe into ceiling. Rotate to your right side. Breathe out, release the arms. Breathe in, come up, all the way to the other side on your breath in, lifting. Breathe out. Try to keep your head, your ribs, and your pelvis still stacked the whole time. Okay, breathing in, up, rotating, breathing out, down. Breathe in, rotate back to your right and stay here. Bring your hands to your waist if you want. Breathe in, lengthen, breathe out. Try to rotate a little bit more. So use your hands to try to get your ribs to rotate. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, go a little. It's very gentle. Look over your shoulder if you can. Hold for a breath or two. Okay, my pelvis is following very little, not much. I'm trying to rotate to the ribs. Breathe in, arms to ceiling. Rotate to the other side. Breathe out, hands down. Bring your hands to your ribs. Breathe in, lengthen, tailbone down. Breathe out. Use your hands to help you guide that rib cage. Breathe in. Breathe out. Start looking over your shoulder if it's comfortable for you. Go to your maximum. Gentle rotation. Hold for a couple of breaths. Breathe in. Come back to ceiling and back forward. Breathe out. Release. Roll the shoulders. Release the head. Right arm goes up to the ceiling. Breathe out, shift your rib cage, lateral flexion, and come back and switch the arms and breathe in to lift, breathe out, shift and over, breathe in, switch the arms, lift the arm, lower the waist, shift, and let's hold it here. So leg pressing down with the waist and then the ribs shifted and lifted. Breathe into your ribs open. Reach further down and up, breathe out, shift. Breathe in, press down, up and over, breathe out, shift and more. On your next breath in, come up, roll the shoulders. So as I was talking, I was hoping we did about 3. Other arm goes up, lift the arm, lower from the waist all the way to the leg, shift the rib, lateral flexion, breathe in, open that rib cage and lengthen more. Breathe out, shift, breathe in. I don't mind if your pelvis goes a little bit, but keep reaching it down. Last breath. And all the way. Bring it in. Now, we're going to add a step to the side. So we're going to step your right leg and, step your left leg. Right arm goes up. You're going to bend this knee and do a lateral flexion, reaching even further. So this leg is going away from the arm and come back and step over. Right leg. Foot is still parallel, reach, push away with the straight leg and reach away with the arm and come back, okay? And let's do 2 more, so reach and back and reach and back. Good, rolling the shoulders, excellent. We're gonna roll down and up just to mobilize the spine. So we're going to be here in this position, legs together apart or even wider for your stability. Breathe in, arms to ceiling. Breathe out, chin to chest. Shift your rib cage, tuck your tailbone. Keep scooping the abdominal as we roll down. Okay, sit bones width or wider is fine. Just go to where you can. My knees are slightly soft. I'm going to breathe into my back. Breathe out, bend the knees, tuck my tailbone, lift the pelvic floor, scoop the abdominals, lifting from the abdominals all the way up, and my arms are gonna go up with me. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, chin to chest. Push the ribs back and up to the ceiling, scoop the abdominals. Keep your tailbone reaching down to your heels, keep scooping. 2 breaths here, bend the knees if you need to. 2 blocks under your hands if you need to. Breathe into your back. Breathe out. Scoop first. Lift your abdominals to the ceiling. Round your ribs and come down only if you can. Breathe in. So we're not folding from the hips. We're rounding and reaching. So imagine that big beach ball right underneath you. Breathe in. Bend your knees. Breathe out, scoop, pelvic floor, belly button, abdominal, scoop, round, round, arms stay down. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, chin to chest, push the ribs back and up, tuck your tailbone. Keep rounding over that big beach ball. The abdominals are constantly lifted. Relax the shoulder and the head, 4 breaths. And scoop. Go further down if you can. Keep the front of the thighs pulling really tight. Relax the head and shoulders. Last breath. Breathe in, bend, breathe out. Okay, stay here. Relax for a second if you have too much blood rushing to your head. We're gonna stay down, we're gonna bend and straighten the legs to get some stretch on your hamstrings. So breathe in, arm to ceiling. Breathe out, chin to chest, shift the ribs, scoop the abdominals, tuck that tailbone and round, up and over. The longest C shape you can have. Hands on anything you need to. Now bend the knees if you cannot touch the ground or your blocks. Breathe in, straighten the legs if you can. Opening the ribs, back ribs, breathe out, bend. When you bend, try to bring your hands closer to the ground. Breathe in, try to straighten. Find that stretch on the back of the leg. Breathe out. If you're really flexible, you can start walking your hands back. Breathe in, stretch. I'm still tucking my tailbone and still rounding my lower abdominals. Last two. Breathe in. Okay, if your hands are back, remember that your shoulders are away from your ears. They're just wide. Last one. Good. Bend the knees. Scoop the abdominals and up we go. And roll the shoulders. Very nice. That felt really good. Heels up and down. If you need to hold the roller, a wall, a chair, bring it to you. And we're going to go. I'm in parallel. Toes spread and pressing on the mat. And pull the inner thighs. Squeeze your glutes. Scoop the abdominals deep and lift. Connect the hips and the ribs. Lengthen the back, crown of the head to ceiling. These are your stability points. Now we're going to keep all that. You're going to roll up, keeping weight on that big toe, and roll down. Okay, if you need to breathe out to keep your stability, breathe out and breathe in. It's up to you. I'm going to leave it up to you. Hands on your waist for now. So really zip that inner thigh together. Squeeze your glutes to help you. Keep the connection of your core. Come down. Hips are always coming this way and this way as well. So there's a box here. Pulling this way, pulling this way. Woo! Losing balance. So my floor is soft and I'm talking. Obviously, I can't multitask that well. Now come up and hold. Imagine somebody's pulling your hair, ponytail up, and you're trying to lift as you lower the heels. So I'm trying not to lose my height as the heels come down. Lift again. Reach up, 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 up. Keep reaching up as you bring the heels down, and you don't want to lose the height you gained at the top. Try that again. Lift. Inner thigh, glutes, core active, and keep reaching up as you lower. Good. Let's add the arms if you can. Arms come up. Good. And then keep reaching from the outer arm as the legs come down. And up. I'm breathing in. I keep reaching. I'm really trying to work those inner thighs. Excellent. Last two. Lift. And down. And last one. Always challenges me, these things. And down. Good. Shake your legs. Woo. Circles. So bring one leg forward and let's circle out. Circles going outwards. 3, 4, 5, 6. Reverse. Other direction. Good. Shake the leg and the other side. This knee can be bent or straight. And circles about 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reverse it. Good. Already starting to work our balance. Okay, knee bends from here. So we're gonna go down and up. Watch my body. So I'm gonna imagine actually that my back is against the wall. My heels are as far back as it's comfortable. And all I'm gonna do is bend the knees, straight forward and straighten. So my torso, pelvis all the way to crown of my head is not folding forward, or my butt is not going back. So I'm trying to keep head, scapulas, pelvis on the wall as I bend forward and up. Okay? So side view of that. Let's scoop the abdominals up, and as we do that, send the tailbone down. Connect the torso here. Find the longest line you can. Now make sure toes are open, legs are aligned with your sit bones, and you're gonna glide down that wall. If you have a wall there, you can use it, okay? okay? Press into the heels and straighten the legs. And glide down the wall. So it's not a huge movement. And then press into the heels and come up. I don't want to see, as you bend, your knees don't collapse and your butt doesn't stick out. Okay, nothing moves, it's just bending from the ankle, the knee and the hip. And up. Glide and up. So keep your big toe anchored, but some weight, more weight on your outer foot to make sure that your knees are not collapsing in. 5, 6, good. Press into the heel. 7, press into the heels to straighten the leg. Then pull the front of the thigh up. 8, glide down. Press into the heel. Pull your kneecaps as you tighten your quads and lift. 9. I'm going to keep my hands here so you can see. And 10, I'm breathing in and breathing out. Okay? So, this is going to get us into our squats after we get, this is just to warm us up a little bit. Okay? So, relax your feet again. You should have felt some work around the ankle joint quite a bit. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is, I got very inspired by a class that I did yesterday by this incredible teacher called Jean-Claude. He has this, his studio is called Bluebird in Munich. And he did a lot of the mat exercises, sequences standing. That's going to be our warm-up today. So thanks, Jean-Claude, for teaching me the sequence. It was really incredible. So we're going to do it today standing. All right? So this is our warm-up for today. Now, I'm going to get you into a small Pilates V. So if your legs are parallel, just try to squeeze the back of your heels and then your feet are going to open a little bit. Shouldn't be really much wider than one fist. All right? I have knocked knees, so my knees bend a little bit when I get into this position, and that's totally fine. You can do the same. Now, we're trying to connect that middle line of the body. I'm going to lift my abdominals, tailbone down. We're going to start with the 100. So hands are going to come next to you, and we're going to open the chest by squeezing the scapulas back. Hold a big orange, okay? Hold it, and you're going to keep this position the whole time, and we're going to pulse the arm for the 100. So let's start with 5 breaths in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. Try not to rock the body forward and back. 2, out. 3, okay? So big toe, ball of the foot, and heels are all anchored. 3, out. 4, grow taller, out. Now, if you can lift the heels off the ground, lift, keep the midline of the body working, and keep pulsing here. We're at 5, 6, out, 7, out, 8, out. Bring the heels down. Now you're going to flex the torso. So lift as if you're lifting the head off the ground, pressing into your ribs and rounding forward. It's a crunch. Out. In. Shoulders stay wide. Out. So this part, the pelvis is still on the ground. Now lift the heels and continue here for another 20. Woo, this is hard. Keep zipping the inner thigh together and squeezing your heels. And relax. Come up, roll the shoulders. All right. Now from here, the next exercise we usually do is the roll-up. So we're going to try to do the roll-up standing as well. So I'm going to show you a side view of that. So laying down on the ground, you have to think all the time you're laying down on the ground. So nothing can push forward and back. All of this is on the ground. Arms come up. Okay, so we usually start laying down with the arms overhead. And then we start rolling up. So let's just do half a roll-up for now. Tuck your chin and the arms come forward. Yeah, so they go up to the ceiling. Now really round the ribs and kind of tuck your tailbone and come into half a roll up. Breathe into your back here. Breathe out, scoop the abdominals, roll back down. Head goes on the ground and the arms go to the ceiling. So laying back down on the ground, breathe in. Lengthen, breathe out, chin to chest. Very long line on the body. The ribs peel. Let's go a little further. Keep the tailbone reach in between your heels and round down. So my feet are together and flexed. Scoop the abdominals. Roll that pelvis. Back is rolling back into the ground. Head and arms go up. If you need to bend the knees to do this, please do so, just like on the ground. Scoop. Dive down, rounding. Okay, keep the knees bent if you need to, but the inner thighs are really scooping. Breathe in, lengthen more. If you need to go further, go. Breathe out, scoop. One bone at a time goes up and down the mat. Let's do 2 more. Lengthen on the breath in. Breathe out. Adjust your legs. I have my inner thighs really connected so I can stay more balanced. Scoop. Breathe in here. Hold. Breathe out, go further. So the ribs are going to ceiling, my hands are coming forward. Breathe in, lift the ribs, round more, breathe out, scoop that lower abdominals, go further. And then on your next breath out, come up, tucking the pelvis, rounding, 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 all the way up. Release the arms and relax. All right, so next exercise we usually do are leg circles. I don't know about you, but that felt amazing. So we're gonna start with the right leg staying down and the left leg comes forward. Remember the laying down leg circle, so arms can be out to the side, on your hips, over here, you decide. From here, we're gonna really anchor this right leg, so squeeze your hips in, foot down. It's easier if you start on that V, so you have a little bit more support. And we're going to draw a circle across the body, up, out, down. So you can scrape the floor again here to give you support. If you want to make it harder, don't touch the ground. And this is 2. Keep your arms reaching long to give you stability. The right leg is rooted and you're really growing tall. 5. And we're going to reverse it. You don't have to make your circles big. And this is 1. So we're going out, up, and across and in. Keep this hip working. 3. Woo, this is harder. 4. Keep squeezing the glutes. 5. And bring it in and relax. And up. Reach, long, root this leg, heel, squeeze the glutes. Rotate that thigh a little bit to give you more stability, leg forward. And we're gonna go out to the side, across the body. Circle, whatever circle you have, out and in. Stay tall, 2. So we're doing 5 to each side, 3. Woo-hoo. This is my bad injured side. 4. Love it when I do it wrong. We are human. 5, good. And then we're gonna reverse it, out. So because I have an injury and a lot of disconnection on this side, I really need to work my connection here much harder to keep me more balanced, okay? And then this is my 5. And bring it in, good, and relax, okay? Shake your legs again, okay? Loosen up, and we're gonna go single leg stretch. So from here, the single leg stretches are these abdominals, yeah? And then we switch. So again, if you need to hold on to something, hold on. And you can switch this way, all right? You can even hold on to a wall and just do the leg part of it if you want. Otherwise, we're standing, starting with your right leg, root. Press the left leg down, lift the right leg. And we're gonna pull and switch. Root, pull. You have to grow really tall here to find that balance. Remember, your hips and your inner thighs, your quads are all pulling to give you that stability. And switch. And pull. And pull. Good. And pull. Now, we're going to do 2 pulses for 6. So you're going to pull and you're going to go 1, 2, and bring it down. And pull, right? Weak side. And bring it down. I'm still on V to give me a little bit more stability on my hips. Yeah, so we will work the rotator of the hips to keep you more stable. 3. And down. Good. Root. 4. That's 5. and 5. And bring it in. Roll the shoulders. Now, the double leg stretch. It's the one that we reach, we circle, and we bring the knees in. So I'm going to show you sideways. So we're going to breathe in, reach the ceiling. Breathe out. You're going to circle your arms around, round your spine, bring your hands to your thighs. My legs are together, and I'm going to stretch. Okay? Breathe in. Circle, round. Breathe in. Circle, round. Push the ribcage to the ceiling and resist with the legs. Breathe in and out. 2 breaths at the bottom. Breathe in. Breathe out, hold. Breathe in. Circle, breathe out. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. And release. Woo! This is good. Okay, so we're gonna do single straight leg. This is much more challenging. So remember these when we're laying on the ground and we're pulling the leg and doing double pulls. Now, we're gonna start with 1 and then we can add 2 pulses. The more flexibility you have, the higher you can hold, but this is fine. Okay, so I'm gonna lift the first leg up. I'm gonna just pulse it once and bring it down. I'm still in small V. And other leg. And down. So, the back is not flexing. If I need to bend my knee, fine, but this is not okay. The whole idea is to keep the back of the body working. Let's go 4. And down. 5. Down. And 6. All right, double pulses if you can. So, down. Continue with single if that's better. Don't let the body change. 3. You should be more flexible now. 4. Good. Keep that shoulder back. And last one, 6. And down and release. Okay? How about those abdominals standing, huh? Okay, so after this, we're going to go into our crisscross. And this is going to be the last one out of our series of 5. So we're going to bring the hands behind the head. You're going to go into parallel. We're going to bend the knee and you're going to keep your elbows wide. You're going to rotate and try to bring your elbow to the opposite knee. You're going to come up, legs straighten again. Okay? Again, you're going to bend, rotate and bring elbow to opposite knee. Come up. And again, let's go. 2. Keep the elbow that's up to the ceiling, reaching to the ceiling. Okay? 2 more. Bend, rotate, breathe out, scoop the abdominals, reach the one elbow down, one elbow up. Last one. Bend, rotate, reach. Okay? I find these yummy for the back as well. Now, instead of going down, knee comes up, we're going to rotate and reach. So anchor. Abs tight. Again, if you want to go into that V, you can. I'm going to stay parallel on this one. So I'm going to anchor, lift right leg, rotate, elbow to knee, and down. And 2. So now I'm flexing my spine. 3. Okay? 4. I am flexing. It doesn't stay. So the pelvis stays on the ground. 5. 6. Let's go more. 7. Woo! This way. 8, 9, last one, 10. Excellent, and release. Okay, I'm doing maybe a little too fast. Catch up, do as many as you can, and come up. I'm having a hard time talking, counting, and doing it, and maintaining balance. Okay, so spine stretch forward. We're gonna be here, standing again. We're gonna bring the arms in front of us this way. I have my legs in parallel and together. You can keep them apart. You're going to breathe in, scoop the abdominals. So I want this part of your abdominals to lift. Lift, lift, lift. Grow taller and this stays lifted and we go up and over this lift over here. So we're going to breathe in, lift. Breathe out. Shift the rib cage back without losing this lift. Glide the scapulas forward. Look down at the ground. Now, breathe into your back. Breathe out. Lift and scoop this more and reach with that upper body more. Breathe in. Come back up. Lower the scapulas. Breathe in. Lift. Breathe out. Scoop. Glide the scapulas out to the side and forward. We're going to go down a little bit more. Breathe into your back. Breathe out. Scoop more. Reach. Breathe in. Breathe out. Scoop. Go down a little more. Hold. Breathe out. Roll back. Stack your spine. Arm stays forward. Shoulder goes down. We're going to keep going further down. You can stay with the first movement only. If you can't tolerate too much flexion on your lumbar, stay just with the upper back, okay? Breathe in to lengthen. Breathe out. Lift the abdominals. Scoop. Push your rib cage back. Drop the head between the arms. Keep lifting the abdominals and scooping the ribs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Scoop. Breathe in, breathe out, scoop, hold, breath in, open up your back, breathe out, bend your knees if you want to, otherwise you're going to use your glutes in the back of the leg and your abs to come up. So squeeze your glutes, scooping the abdominals, come back, release. Again, breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, scoop, come up and over. Keep scooping, keep rounding. Tailbone reaching down, abdominals lifted up. Good, breathe in. Go as far as you can. Keep the front of the thigh working. Breathe out, bend or not. Pull through the back of the legs, the glutes, the abdominals. Last one. We're going to stay in stretch. Breathe in, breathe out, scoop. Up and over, a much bigger beach ball here. Round, scoop, round, scoop. Okay, if your arms can go further back, go for it. Stay here. Breathe in, breathe out, scoop. Come down further. Breathe in, breathe out, scoop. Do what you can. Don't stress the body. And breathe in, breathe out. Keeping the thighs really tight. Work your hamstrings, your glutes, your abdominals, and you come all the way up. Relax the arm. Reach forward, roll the shoulders. Okay, so we're going to move the upper body another direction. We're going to do something that's close to a corkscrew, but the corkscrew is done with the legs. We're going to be doing it with the upper body. So we're going to bring the arms to the ceiling and we're going to do a lateral flexion. So we're going to shift the ribs and go to the side. Don't shift the hips. Keep it stable. Then you're going to scoop your ribs and draw a circle to the middle, all the way to the other side, and lateral flexion on the other side and back up. Okay, so it's a small circle. And again, breathe in. You're going to start on the other side, round the rib cage, circle it forward, all the way to the other side and all the way up. And again, breathe in, scoop. Make it bigger now. So round more, maybe bring your torso a little lower, all the way to the other side. Okay, so your obliques should be working with this. Breathe in, lift, scoop, round, round, circle around, rounding. Stretch the opposite arm, stretch it side and up. One more to the other side, bigger circle. Make sure, if you want to go all the way to the floor, you can. Lift, keep round, 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 all the way to the floor if you can. Legs stay still, pelvis stays still. Rotate to the other side and reach. And other side. Reach, scoop, bring your hands to the ground, rounding. Come through the midline all the way to the other side. You're still circling. So you're drawing a huge circle around the body. Who wants to do one more to each side? I do. Reach, round, rotate. Bring your hands outside your feet. Bring it across the body, all the way to the outside of the other foot. And then come up, still rotating, open your chest, forward, reach the arms and up. Last one, reach. And scoop, rotate, bring both hands outside one foot. rotate across the body to the other foot, come up, unwinding the spine, back up, and release. Roll the shoulders, release the legs. Let's open, and we're going to be doing saw. Okay, so this is a nice stretch going now across the body this way. So arms are gonna come up to the side. Good, open your legs, feet forward. If you need to rotate out a little bit, you can. Pull the thighs and rotate. Now flex, bringing this arm also outside your toes or to your shins. Reach, scooping the abdominals. Other arm is reaching to the ceiling. Your pelvis is staying as still as possible, so shoot your tailbone or your pubic bone up straight the same direction. Come up, rotate to the other side. And scoop the abdominals, round your ribs, come down. To the foot, outside the foot. Stay here, round your pelvis, reach your pelvis or your sit bones just behind you up to the ceiling with the arm. Come back up. Remember, you can do it with your knees bent if it's a little bit friendlier for you. Rotate, round, rotate the hands, bring this down as far as you can. Round your spine, reach sit bones with the arm up, and you can look up at your hand or just at the knee. Come up and rotate. And again, breathe in, breathe out. Come up, breathe in, and breathe out, center. Breathe in, lift, breathe out, scoop and reach. Breathe in, lift, breathe out, scoop and reach. Last one, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, up, breathe out, forward. Let's just stretch. Twist, 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 twist. Keep your pelvis still. Come down. Reach this arm to the ceiling and pull your head to the knee. Breathe out, pull. Again, keep your thighs really tight. Lift those the kneecaps up. Last breath. Slowly up. Center. Other side. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, scoop. Rotate. Hold behind your ankle. Breathe in, lengthen the pelvis, lengthen the legs and the torso. Breathe out, pull. Keep reaching this arm up. Breathe in. Keep your sit bones reaching to the ceiling. Breathe out. Last breath. Come up slowly. Good. Rotate to center. Release the arm. Roll the shoulders. How is that going? Okay, single leg kicks. So I'm going to show you on the side. You're going to clasp your hands behind you. Okay? And you're going to pull the shoulders and scapulas like we're doing a mini swan. But you're going to tuck your ribs and abs tight. If this is too much, hold your thumbs. If it's too much, hold a towel. Or just reach the arms back. I want the scapula squeezing. Okay? So abs tight. We're going to stand on one leg, flex your foot, and kick your heels to your bum twice. Bring it down. Shift the weight to this leg and kick. And down. I'm trying to keep my pelvis still. When I kick, I'm trying not to bring my knee forward. So the more I tuck my pelvis and the knee goes back, the more work you're going to feel on your glutes and hamstring. And go. 4. 5. You're shifting weight side to side. Keep squeezing that scapula. 6. 7. Keep your rib connected to your pelvis. 8. 9. 10. And relax the shoulders. Okay, so we're going to do something called the neck pull. It's an advanced exercise. Be careful with your back on this one. This is going to use a lot of different muscles. So you're going to start with your hand behind your head. You're going to lengthen that neck and head. Open the elbows as much as you can. Okay, I'm going to show you sideways because there's a play here that we do this with the spine. So we're going to roll down again, chin to chest. You're going to come up crunching like as if you're on the ground. So you're shifting your ribs back into a crunch, scooping the abdominals, and you're rolling all the way down, lifting the abdominals as much as you can. From here, you're going to lengthen the spine parallel to the ground, squeezing scapulas, opening elbows. This is hard, so bend your knees if you need to. And then from here, scoop, tuck the tailbone, scoop the abdominals, and roll up. So this is a lot of abdominal work. Last thing that comes up is your head, drop the shoulders. Elbows wide. and go. Chin to chest, lengthening the neck and the head to the ceiling. Shift the ribs. Scoop and lift the abdominals. Keep scooping and lifting as you roll down. Scoop and lift, scoop and lift. Breathe in. Lengthen the spine parallel to the ground. Bend the knees if you need to. Now from here, the challenge. Zip your inner thighs. Scoop that pelvis and abdominals. Stacking and rounding, rounding, rounding. All the way up. Okay? So 3 more. Let's try to make it a little faster. And chin to chest, scoop. Keep that neck long. Chin to chest doesn't mean you're crushing it. Breathe in, lengthen. Zip the inner thigh to give you balance. Breathe out, scoop, round. Breathe in, up. Breathe out, chin to chest, holding a big orange here. Scoop, shift. Keep scooping the abdominals. Zip that inner thigh to give you balance. All the way down. Breathe in, lengthen the spine, open the shoulders and the chest forward. Breathe out, scoop from the abdominals, stack the spine over the pelvis. Squeezing glutes. And last one, chin to chest, round. Stack. No, forward. Open, 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 open that chest. Squeeze the scapulars, round. Everything. And lift. So this one is quite challenging. I hope you guys were able to do it. Knees bent is fine with that. Shake your legs. All right, so we're gonna start doing a little bit of our side kick exercises and forward and back. Now we can do this, okay, just standing here and doing the circles here. But for those of you who want to have a little bit more challenge, we're going to use our bands. So if you have your bands next to you, take it. The loops are fine, regular band on a loop, it's all good, okay? You don't have to use it. You can just keep working balance and you're still gonna be working. But I'm gonna wrap this around my leg. Okay, other side. Okay. So now, this is where you might want to have your roller, a chair, the wall, whatever you need for balance, because we have more resistance to work with here. Okay, so the stability leg is going to be working really hard, which is the leg that's going to stay on the ground. So remember, imagine we're laying on the ground with the hand in front of us and we're going to do our side leg kicks. This is equivalent to that, okay? All right, so you can keep your hands behind the head here, here, here for stability. It's up to you how much you want to challenge. All right, so we usually start with the leg lifts, then we're gonna go with the leg circles, and then I'm gonna try to do leg kick forward and back, okay? Again, the resistance is gonna be different for everybody depending what color you have. So, I'm going to shift my weight, and I'm gonna start with the right leg, which should be mirroring you guys. So I'm standing on this one. Very important where your pelvis is. So scoop, scoop that abdominal, connect this, we're not tucking. We're just connecting the front and this should be working really hard, tailbone all the way down to your heels. Okay, I'm gonna shift my weight to the side and then I'm gonna lift. As I lift my leg to the side, my waist does not come up. Okay, so I'm just gonna lift as much as I can. I'm gonna flex my foot and I'm gonna go 1, bring it down. 2, bring it down. 3, and down. 4, and down. How is this already burning? 5, keep this stable, good. If you're against the wall, 6, and down. 7, and down. If you have a roller or a chair, you should be looking like this. 8, and down. 9, and down. It's totally fine to hold on to something. 10, and down. Let's try to keep it up and pulse. You can pulse and bring it to the ground as well. Lift, scoop. I'm killing time. Let's go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woohoo! Shake that hip. Shift to one side, shift to the other. Okay? Let's switch sides so we don't kill this leg. So, it's already tired. Let's make it work. So, stand on this leg. We're switching. This leg goes out to the side. Scoop. So this glute is working really hard as well. And let's go 1, 2, 3, connect, 4, The longer you can keep it up there, the better it is. 6, 7, 8. Don't let that waist come up. Look. 9, so it doesn't look like this. That was very fast. 9 again. 10. Okay, we're gonna pulse. So scoop, lean, bend this knee if you need to, and let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was much faster on this side. Okay, so we're gonna try to do our leg circles. We're gonna shift to the side one more time, scoop, lengthen, and you can stay here and draw your circles on the ground. Okay, if you're holding on to something, it's gonna be easier to probably not touch anything. So, flex a foot, we're gonna try to do 5 to each direction. Scoop, lean to the standing leg, but push the hip, squeeze the glute, pull the thigh, inner thigh is pulling up, flex the foot and go. 1, forward, side and back. 2, 3, remember you can keep your toe on the ground and just draw here. 4, 5, good. We're gonna reverse it. Keep your body really long and go back. I'm gonna try my hand here. 2, 3, oh, it gives me more support. 4 and 5. Good. Shake the legs. Again, push the hip to one side, push to the other, stretch it a little bit. Good, and we're gonna go to this side. So, switching legs, stabilize. Good, flex the foot. I liked my hand here, I'm gonna keep it. Scoop, flex, and let's go forward, side, and back. When we go back, we don't arch the back, and you're still reaching the side really long. Try not to bring this waist short. 4 and 5. Good, and reverse it. Back, keep this connected when you go back, so we're not arching the back to do it. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Woo! And again, stretch. Okay, so bring it in, and let's try to do our leg kick. So it's gonna go forward, kicking twice, point, send it back, okay? Abs tight. So lean into the standing leg, we've switched legs again, flex the foot. You're gonna kick twice for 2 breaths in forward. So you're gonna go, and then point if you can, reach back. Now when you reach back, I don't wanna see this, okay? You can keep the toe on the ground and go only as far as you feel the glutes and the abdominals working together, so you're not arching to take the leg back. 2, 3, 4, we're going to 6. Use your hip flexors here. 5, kick as high as you can. Point and reach, and 6. And release. Good. Again, quick stretch. Push the hip to the side. Push to the side. Roll. Okay. Other side. So, lean. Weight on the standing leg. Pull inner thigh. Front of thigh. Squeeze the glutes. Hip in. Let's go. Kick. Point and reach. 2, 3. Don't let that back arch. 4. If you have to lean forward a bit, lean, but don't arch the back. 5. Very small movement. 6. And release. Okay, hips side to side. How we doing there? Woo! Okay, so let me do a little bit. I'm gonna keep these on because we're gonna step side to side and do more hips. But for now, let's give that a break and let's do heel raises with some squats, okay? So heel raises we've already done in the beginning. We were warming this up. Now let's go into our squats. So I'm gonna keep my feet parallel and in line with my hips, okay? This is where we're gonna be. I'm gonna go to the side to show you what we're gonna do. So get that alignment, okay? Scoop the abdominals, send the tailbone back. Let's go into our knee bends. So keeping that back straight for now, all toes pressing, big toe on, and then weight on that outer side of your foot to make sure your knees go straight. So here we are, knee bend. Okay? From the knee bend, I want you to bend forward from your hip flexors here. Okay? So you're going to keep your back in neutral, like it's against that wall, and we're going to shift the whole torso forward. So now I have my sit bones and my tailbone reaching back, but I'm in a long line. Stay here. Scoop and lift the abdominals, send your tailbone back. You're not tucking it, it's going back. You have a chair right there behind the camera that you're reaching to. What I want you to do is to lift the abdominals and keep the connection of hips and ribs. Now keep your sit bones both reaching as far out as you can. Hold it here. Breathe into your back. Breathe out. Scoop the abdominals. Lengthen the spine more as you breathe in. Send your sit bones and tailbone back there. And send the whole rib cage and crown of the head forward. Now every breath out, I want you to bend your knees and sit down on that chair a little bit more. But you're not changing the position of your back, the lengthening, and you're not changing the knee collapsing. Breathe out, scoop the abdominals, sit a little bit more. Breathe in, okay? So hands here are fine, hands anywhere is good. I'm gonna lift for you to see that line. Keep bending the knee, but the knee cannot go beyond your toes, okay? So we're really just shifting back more, and the knee's coming forward much less. Go as far as you can. Now, you only go as far as your low back doesn't collapse. Stay there. Lift the abdominals, lengthen the spine. If you've collapsed your low back, lift the abdominals. Tailbone goes lower, and squeeze the glutes, come back up. Now let's try that again. Knee bend. Shift pelvis. Keep that nice long back. There should be zero pressure here, but a lot of work on the abdominals. Breathe out, squat lower. Keep the abdominals work 200% more the lower you go. Squeeze the glutes, tuck your tailbone, come back up. Breathe out, knee bend, shift the pelvis, come down into your squat. Squeeze the glutes, come up. And now we're gonna start and go 1. And squeeze and lift. So we're lifting from the butt, not from the knees. 2, abs, 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 squish. 3, long line, don't have to go very low. 4, now add the arms if you have that. If you lift the arms, it's gonna challenge your ribs and more core. So be careful. 6, arm in front of you is fine. 7, much harder with the arms up. Keep it here if you need to. 8, good. Keep the butt reaching back and the abs tight. And 10, hold it here. Lift. Make sure your knees are not collapsing. They're right over your second and third toe. Okay, make sure your knees haven't shifted forward. Your pelvis is reaching back and you're maintaining almost a 90-degree here. It is on the toes though. Keep scooping. We're here. Stay. Abs, abs, abs. Tiny pulses with the glutes. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're squeezing here, not the knees. 6, squeeze. 8, bring your sit bones together. 10 more. 1, 2, 3. Keep bringing those sit bones together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up 10. You should have felt that, yeah? Good, so we were in parallel. Now, we're gonna lift the heels up, bend the knees into that squat, bring the heels down, and come back up, okay? So, we're gonna move a little bit. Scoop the abdominals, send the tailbone down, and go. Lift the heels, bend the knees, woo, heels down, and up. Lift, bend, down, and up. So it's very small for me. 3, bend, down, up. Keep your big toe anchored. Lift, bend, down. 2 more. Lift, bend. For those of you who do the jump board with me, this is that sequence that we do on the jump board. Reverse, bend, Lift the heels, straighten the legs, heels down. 5 more. Bend, heels up, woo. Straighten the legs, heels down. 3, bend, lift. Lift the whole body with you. Down, 4, lift, up, down, 5, 2, hard, 6, last one. Lift, oops, up and down. Okay, you guys wanted standing work. Okay, stay here, side to side. Let's go back to our hips and give those squats a break. So, toes facing me. For this work again, the pelvis has to stay aligned, okay? So as you start going to the side, if it's too strong for you, what's gonna happen is your butt's gonna pop out. Once that's there, this is all very different, okay? I need this to stay, toes forward, and I need you to go side to side without losing your neutral position here. I don't care how small the movement is. Let's do it. So, scoop, find where you have some resistance already. Lift, lift, lift. If you don't have any resistance, just step side to side with us. And the wider you go without resistance, the more work you're gonna have. But don't change this. Let's go. Starting to your right and go 1 and in. Just bring it in to where you still maintain resistance. 3, 4. Look, leg goes first, so I'm working this. Heel comes down. Then I shift and slowly bring this in. This is how it works. 5, 6. Okay, so I'm not shifting this first. 7, the leg goes first. 8, yes, we're doing 20. 9, toe, heel, shift, lift. 1, 2, keep this working. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. And shake the hips. Very nice. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into wide squats. So we're going to open the legs, rotate the toes out. Okay? Actually, sorry, let's come in. I'm going to go back into that parallel squat that we did. Okay, here, you don't have to go very low. So knees forward, abs tight, tailbone back, long spine. And we're doing another 20, but now we're working something different. This is a little bit easier than the straight body, okay? So you're gonna go open and you're maintaining the squat. Okay, let's go. 2, 3, yeah, much easier so you can open wider. 4, 5, open, hold, shift, control. 6, 7, 8, keep that core working. 9, keep lifting through the abdominals. 10, go wider. 10, 9, 8, 7, step out first. 6, abs. 4, keep that alignment. 3, 2, and 1. Good, and come up. Okay, now we're going to the wide squats, okay? And it's going to be second position out. So open, open, open. Okay, and we're gonna go out. We're gonna go into knee bends first, so we don't change the position of the back. Make sure that your foot rotation is not too wide. It's just a little bit rotated out because your knees are gonna have to follow your toes. So you have to be able to open wide enough and track it on top of your second, third toe, okay? And bring it in. So we have the pressure of the band out. If you want to take it out, you can, but we're going to use it again. So scoop, glide your back against the wall, squeeze your sit bones and your glutes together to lift you, and go 2, open, 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 and in. So side view, rotation, wherever my toes are, my knees are there. I don't want to see knees in and toes somewhere else. Yeah? My toes are here, my knees here. No, keep going, keep squatting. So if that's the case and you cannot open the knees, Close your rotation of the foot more. And just keep the knees in alignment with the toes. Keep going. You should be on 6. And go. 7. Open. Use your hands if you need to. 8. So you should really feel the glutes. The back is straight. These are like pliés. 9. 10. Stay here. Tiny squeezes with the butt. So open the knee, open the knee, open the knee. Tiny squeeze. Bring your sit bones together. And 2. And 3. Lengthen the spine. 5. 6. 7. Keep opening those knees. 9. 10. Come up. With the squat. So we're working harder because we have that band, yeah? So still same position. I'm just going to show you side view. We were doing pliés. Now we're going to shift forward. So we're going to flex at the hip here. Butt reaches back. You still open. We're going to go into a wider squat. This is like the sumo squat. So bring the inner thighs together, sit bones together, come up and up. This is what's lifting you, not the knee, okay? This, when you straighten, you pull the quads up. Let's go. So keep the rotation. Go into your knee bends first. Abs tight, shift the pelvis back. Shift it back, you're reaching for that chair. Open the knee, keep your chest open. Don't let your upper body collapse. Open, squeeze the glutes, bring the sit bones together. Big toe pressing. Most of the weight on your outer foot, but the big toe stays in. 2, 3. Good, keep those knees wide. 4, open, even if you need to use your hand. 5, you know I'm hard work counting, squeeze. 6, I want these to squeeze. 7, pull. 8, pull. 9. So your torso is still folding forward. 10. 10 more. Go 1. Arms if you want. 2. Circle, bring it forward. 4. Okay? Watch your back, or your hands can come here. 5. 6. Good. Squeeze, bring the sit bones together. 7. Keep opening those knees. 8. That core better be working. And 10. Okay, how is that? Shake it. Good. All right, go back down. Give me that squat. Shift forward. And we're going to pulse for 20. So keep opening. Go as low as you can and pulse 1. So squeeze 2. All this. 3, 4, 5, 6. But 9, 10. Make sure both sides are working the same. 3, 4, 5. Open your chest. Make sure you're looking forward, not straight, but looking at in front of you. 9, 10. Bring it up. And shake your legs. Okay? All right, so let's take these off because I need to do some lunges. And those are going to be our last exercises for today. It's just going to be that leg work today. No time for plankies. Okay. All right. So lunges, much more advanced exercise. You need to have really good balance, really good awareness of where your torso and your legs are all the time. Okay. So we're going to do static. We're not going to be moving yet. First thing I need you to think of, your leg is going to come forward. Okay, let me start with this leg. And the other one goes back. You're on your toes on the back one. Okay? Both feet are forward. This is not down and it's not rotated anywhere. Forward in line with your hip bones. If you have no balance, go wider. Then again, you've got wall, you've got roller to put your hand on, anything you need. From here, you're going to keep your torso straight. This is harder. Okay, so you're on a wall. You're going to start bending the back knee and the front, and you're going to take the back knee straight down. Hold it. Scoop. Tailbone is in line with the back of the thigh, with the knee or the thigh here. As you go down, you have to keep this together. Watch my hip bones. It has to be aligned. So just stay here and let's talk about this. So these need to be together, so both hip bones at the same level. This, you've lost it. So make sure that it's aligned. Also, the front knee is almost 90 degrees. The back knee should be almost 90 degrees. If you go lower, they go to 90. Look at my back. Okay, now staying in this position is super hard. Try to even out the weight between the front and the back, so don't lean into the back leg. If this is too hard for you, flex at the hip and come forward a little bit. You're gonna have more weight on this leg, but it's gonna give a little bit of stress on the back. This is much harder because you need the front hip to be open. Come up. Let's switch sides. We've been there for a while. So again, step back. Both toes forward. Okay, you're on the toes on the back leg. Your back and shoulders and pelvis are against the wall. This knee now, watch it, look straight. This happens all the time. All toes pressing, and I need to make sure it's in alignment with my second and third toes. Abs tight. This hip, if it's not open, is going to stress your low back because the low back has to give because this is tight. That's when you flex forward more. Take some of that pressure on trying to open the hip, and then you can go a little lower here. Watch the alignment of the knees. But if you want to, go into that straight back, it's harder. Keep weight on this glute, this thigh. Back thigh is stretching, but the back glute and hamstring is really working. Okay, let's come up. That's burning. Okay, so let's go up and down on one side. Wall, roller, nothing if you can hold your balance. So get that back straight, foot forward, go back to this first leg, hip bones, hip width apart with the leg, and back knee starts coming straight down to the ground, and then the front knee bends as well. Find that 90 degrees, abs tight, or remember we're a little bit more forward to keep the stress of the back off and not to stress this. We're gonna start from here, up and down. Go 1, squeeze the front leg, lift. 2, don't change the position of the torso. 3, 4, is this knee tracking straight? 5, 6, open your legs a little wider if you need to. 7, this is not an easy exercise, find a variation. 9, 10, stay down, only way you can hold. Okay, up here, fine. Pulse with this leg. 1, 2, the leg that's forward, squeeze the butt. 4, 5, connect that core. 7, 8, 9, come up. 10. Shake your legs. Other side, and I promise that's it for today. So this leg goes forward, toes facing forward, hip width or wider. Your torso is right in the middle of both legs. Lift the abdominals, tailbone straight down, bend. And squeeze and lift. Bend. Is this knee tracking? Is this straight? Where are my hip bones in space? They should be in the exact same position. If you're dropping, you're going too low. 4, and up. 5, straight body, and up. So what's happening if this hip is tight? We're leaning forward a little bit the whole time, and you're using more of the front leg. 6, find where you need to be. 7, lift straight up, stay in the middle. 8, knee goes forward, hips are aligned. 9, 10, stay down, and pulse with this glute, and go 1, 2, 3, 5, it's burning. 6, 7, 8, open your chest. 9, 10, come up. Woo! Okay. All right, ladies, I think that's enough for today. What do you think? So let's get a quick stretch on the quads here. Hand on a wall on a roller, or just open it out to the side, and we're gonna stretch the thigh. So one arm up, out, bring your leg in. So the deepest stretch here will be knee to knee and rounding the pelvis, okay? So the knee here, unless you're very tight, is gonna be here. Otherwise, you wanna take that knee back, rounding the pelvis. So tuck your tailbone, really tuck. I want these two to come closer together, hips and ribs. And pull the leg back. Okay, you're pulling that leg back. You can use both hands. You can use this arm for balance. Breathe. Keep bringing the knee back and the hip bone forward and up. Yeah. And release. Other leg. Okay, so we're here. And grabbing, you can grab with both arms. So this is my bad side. I have to really hold it. And hold it there for 6 breaths. Good, so round the pelvis first and then you pull the knee back. It barely moves, yeah? So here. I'm lifting this hip bone up as I send the knee back. Knee to butt, we'll get a deeper stretch. Okay, if you're holding a wall and you need to bend the knee, the bottom knee, you can. And release, good. Let's come to the ground and we're going to do a lunge. So knee down, other knee forward. All right, so you can bring your hand to the ground or you can stay up here. You're going to scoop, so again, I'm gonna show this side. Round your pelvis, so this needs to lift and connect first. Then you shift your, let's say, tailbone forward. You're not shifting your low back forward, you've lost the stretch. So round the pelvis, connect. So remember, you're still rounding. Try to tuck your tailbone and bring that forward as you shift the pelvis forward. And you should feel this part working. Notice my back is not arched. I'm just rounding that pelvis, so I'm connecting my hip bone up to the rib, like I'm rolling up for a bridge, and then I'm shifting forward. 2 more breaths. Okay, the back foot is relaxed. I tuck and round and then I shift. If you have it in you, bend the back leg. With the opposite hand, grab it. This arm forward. Pull the heel to butt and shift again. Okay, and reach. Reach with this arm. Reach. Up, up, up. Go higher, go higher, go higher and pull. And if you can, both hands on the legs. Squeeze the chest, lift as you pull. Bend the elbows if you have that flexibility. And release. And other side. I'm just going to switch over this way. So again, foot relaxed, scoop the pelvis, tuck your tailbone, shift forward, opening the hip. Okay, so I tuck round and then I shift. This is staying connected, no arching. Back doesn't move. Pelvis rounds and it shifts. Think of tailbone coming forward. Breathe out, round. Breathe in, release more. 1 or 2 more breaths. Keep opening this. Nice. Then you can bend that back leg. Opposite arm holds it. Keep the tuck and the shift forward. Arm reach forward as you pull the leg. The higher you go, the more opening you're going to feel. Reach. Keep rounding the pelvis. Reach. Pull the heel to the butt. Round. If you can't do this, do the standing option. Or just keep stretching the front of the hip. And down. Now, I'm going to do this on the other side. Sit back and stretch. So straighten the front leg, flex the foot, and reach the pelvis back. Stretch the hamstring here. Breathe out. If this doesn't work for you, you can go back to this position and just stretch here. Just lengthen the spine, pull. And then switch legs. Wherever you are, just switch. If you're sitting down, switch this way. Okay, if you were here, just bring this knee back. This one forward. Push the butt back and stretch. Okay, I have my hand on my foot. I'm pulling my toes and my foot back for a deeper stretch. Bringing your head towards your knee. Okay, for those of you with a sensitive back, discs or anything, lay on your back and reach the leg to the ceiling and stretch that way. So if you're here, bend this leg forward. We're gonna go into our pigeon stretch. Reach the other leg back, flex this foot, open the leg only as comfortable as it is, pelvis in the center, and slowly make your way down to stretch your glutes. If this is not appropriate, on your back, stay there if that's okay for you, and do 6 breaths, then switch. You can do the number 4 as well. okay? Pushing me out. You should really feel this. Woohoo! Okay, so this is fine. Pigeon stretch is fine. All of these are great for the work we did. And then if you're done with your 6 breaths, just swing the leg or just switch the legs. Okay, adjust the pelvis, flex the foot for knee, take the leg as wide as it's comfortable for you, and then slowly make your way down wherever is comfy for you. Breathe into your back. 6 breaths. All right. So, again, a super long class, but I hope you enjoyed that. That was quite a workout. Lots of legs, hips, outer hips, and all that beginning work was a lot of mobility on the arms, on the torso, on the spine, and a lot of core work standing and stability work on the legs. So next class, what I'm gonna have to do is to focus a lot more on the upper body, right? Even though all the ladies love the glutes and the legs. Have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed the workout. Keep stretching. I didn't stretch enough. So stay there and stretch as much as it's needed for you. Great job.